Howdy, y'all. Happy 2's Day. Let's do this. Maybe I'll get you some balls. Everett! Howdy, sir. Great to see you, sir. Oh, Great White North. Yeah, I have a feeling you have this, well, I would say God-forsaken, but it's probably not. This forsaken stuff called snow. Something us Texas people just don't know nothing about. Okay, some of us do. I was in Buffalo, New York once, right around Thanksgiving. Never saw so much damn snow in my life. Here, Thanksgiving, oh, I don't know. It's like, 75, 80 degrees. I've never seen snow at Thanksgiving until I was way up there. Let's see, what do we got? I have a Toro. Some of y'all know already, it's a Rocky Patel. That is the Rocky Patel number 6. One of my favorite Rocky Patels. Everett, you've also seen snow in May. For you, seeing snow is like, if it's daylight, I could just open a window. Every month but August. Alright, maybe not quite that bad, but I got a feeling I am not exaggerating by much. Maybe it's because, well, I don't know. I've been to the northern sections of the world, and it gets really cold and stays that way. I was one time right up by the Canadian border on the 4th of July and saw frost on the ground on the 5th of July.
Can you pause for a second and tell me if this is on right?
I won't pause for a second, but I will tell you if the harness looks like it's on correctly. Really? We're not going to stand on the... Yeah, that's right.
Okay. We have to do it about 12 times.
Yeah, he kind of fights it a little bit.
No, he didn't fight it at all. I was doing it wrong.
Oh. Holly is taking a cat for a walk on a harness.
You coming?
course, it's the one that has the injured leg. So, to try and keep anybody from walking a dog and there being a problem, or
more baby cakes.
Big owl or a hawk from
Here you go.
swiping him off the ground, because he's still tripod. That's his mode of transportation right now. He is woo! You saw Kiss in Salt, Michigan, and it was -2 degrees Celsius that night, and that was in July. Wow. He gets himself ready to go. Careful, he probably is going to try and take you across the rocks.
Come on. Come on.
He's not used to an afternoon walk. But we're getting him back we're getting him back to where he's able to be released back into the wild. He's starting to use that paw quite a bit more. It's pronounced So, Michigan. Okay. SAULT. That's salt. I'm not from Michigan. My wife is. My mother-in-law is.
Yeah, let's go out on the grass.
They've got this thing for Sparty. Oh, Sioux, Michigan. Okay. Sioux, Michigan. A Partagas Black Label Classico. Not bad, Derek. Not bad. It's a decent stick. It's not going to be as good as the Cubans that you'll see Boris and James and me and, well, pretty much everybody who's really into the Partagas lineup. They're all going to say the Cuban Partagas Series D. That's the one to get. But those are expensive, so but yeah, the Black Label is not bad. It's not bad at all.
Can we go for a walk?
A little bit light for what I like. Okay, so that is Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, or is that Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario? I don't know. All I know is I wouldn't want to be an Ottawa police officer right now. What do you know about that? Really? It was all they had at the local B&M. Well, then Derek, they need help. Ordering help. And hopefully they can do something like that. Because here in the States, Padron, pretty much if I walk into a
So too distracting out here?
a brick and mortar and I don't see Padron on the shelves, I'm turning around and walking off.
You're just gonna lay back down.
Howdy, Welsh Piper. I am doing fine, my friend. How are you doing today? I am going to be enjoying a Rocky Patel number 6. It's a Toro.
You can walk around the backyard.
And I'm going to tell the tale. And this is something that people are going to go, now. But I smoked them back to back. This tastes like the Partagas D series. Very similar. Not exactly, but very similar. Ah, Kentucky, Indiana. I have not been to Kentucky that I know of. I might have been through there. Of course, when you're going on the freeway, there's been plenty of places that I've gone, passed through, or whatever, and
Let's go out there.
I couldn't tell you. Oh, Muncie. I have been to Muncie.
You're okay. We're gonna go out back. Too much going on out front.
The cat decided he's not going for a walk up front. He's going to need to go into the backyard. People driving up and down the road with their little golf carts and stuff freaks him out. He's trying to run, and he's only got a short leash, so he can't run. Yes. Everett, we've all been kind of worrying about your mom. Didn't she fall and break a hip not too long ago, and now she's got a blood clot in the lung, and or had a, there's a lot of us that are pulling for, hopefully she makes a full recovery. As you well know, we want everybody in the YTBC to be having a healthy and happy life. And, well, we all know sooner or later it's going to happen anyways. Old age is going to happen. Father Time is batting 1,000. He has never been beat, and Mother Nature is his wife. And if you bet against Mother Nature, she normally says, "Hold my beer," and then flattens your ass. You don't believe me? Go ask those people in England when they had 122-mile-an-hour winds. 122-mile-an-hour winds, that's a small tornado. But they had it across their whole freaking country. If it got up to that 250 to 300, then you're talking about F5. Then you're talking about, well, blender of God. It'll flat move your house anywhere it wants to. Brick, stone, dug into the ground, doesn't matter. If it decides to take it, it's going to take it. Okay, so they've changed it from a blood clot, because I've been watching your videos, Everett. I guess the last one I caught was that she had a blood clot, but now it's pneumonia. Damn it. Yeah, Simon lost his workshop roof. Well, Simon said he's going to be all right with it, though. But back to that Father Time and Mother Nature thing. Let's remember, it ain't easy losing your loved ones. It's all there is to it. So, for those of you out there who want to put some prayer going towards Everett and Simon, and, well, you know what? There's a whole bunch of us that kind of get together on a regular basis. We didn't yesterday because the guy who runs the little prayer meeting we do on Mondays had other things that had to happen. So, you know what? Life happens. It really does. And it's not always great. But don't let it keep you down. You can let it get you down, but don't let it keep you down. Remember, always get up one more time than the world knocks you down. That's how you know you're successful. Successful people never quit. There's been a lot of them who've been broke, destroyed, completely annihilated, basically. But the successful ones, they come back. Well, that's good, Everett. At least you still got your pops. That's nothing good about those situations, though. Especially right now during the pandemic, when they might or might not be worse for going to the hospital. I'm not saying that they are worse for going to the hospital. I'm just saying might or might not. Sick people are in the hospital. Pneumonia is not like you're well. All right, time to smoke a cigar. Oh, it's been a rough day for me. Got up early, did some stuff, did some more stuff, did some more stuff. I've been going damn near non-stop all day long. Took a couple of good-sized limbs out of a tree. Same Bradford pear that I've been working on for a couple of weeks now. Yeah, Eddie, that's a rough lick. I mean, some of these people, for an example, y'all have heard of Johnny Cash, right? And y'all might know that he had this thing for a woman named June Carter that he ended up eventually marrying. June Carter passed. Within 6 months, Johnny Cash passed. That was his world, that woman. It was like, he said, okay, I'm done. She's gone. I don't have nothing left to live for. I'm good. And poof, he was gone. I'm not saying that that happens all the time, but it happens a bunch. Derek, they went a lot of places together. They went a lot of places apart, too. Heck, they took her with. The Tennessee 3 took June with them when they went to Folsom to record the best-selling country album of all time. Oh, I know. I'd just be happy if I found a girl that liked me a little. Holly likes me just fine. It's fine. I'm just saying. Eddie, yeah. Every once in a while I get on a ginger ale binge or a ginger beer, depending upon if I can get it for a reasonable price. And no caffeine. Actually, the Canada Dry one, I was looking at the can, and where it says carbohydrates, 36 grams, and most of the other sodas I was looking at say closer to 50 something grams of sugar, and I was like, I'm okay with limiting the sugar, but I don't like those aspartame and the artificial sweeteners and this, that, and the other that to me tastes horrible. So I still end up with the ones that are either sugar or corn syrup. Quite honestly, I drink a lot of the Mexican sodas when I do drink sodas. Made with sugar, not corn syrup. There's a whole lot less chemical going into them. Eddie, yeah, I know about Canada Dry Bold, but I can't get it in the can here. And if I do find it in the can, it's in those little bitty bar cans that are like 8 ounces. I'm a full-size guy. Give me a full-size 12-ounce can, damn it. I've got 5 2-liters of the Canada Dry Bold in there. Yeah, these women love the Canada Dry Bold. But I try not to bring too many actual glasses out here. I'll bring my glass full of bourbon out here if I'm going to do that, because it's a little easier than dragging out a bottle of bourbon. But also, I'm not drinking bourbon out of a Solo cup. Sorry, it's not happening. In case y'all didn't know, there's an actual truth to this. Solo cups have little lines on the side. There's a reason for that. That one at the bottom that's like real small, that's a portion for a shot. The next one up is supposed to be a mixed drink or a wine. The one that's up near the top is supposed to be for beer. A lot of people didn't know this. But if you actually have anywhere near that ability to take the bartender's tests, You can mix anything you want, and you can pour it in these glasses of any size you want. But then they'll take it and they'll pour it into a solo cup to find out if you served an accurate drink, a short drink, or a oversized drink. Define mini. Welsh, define mini. On the average week, I probably have about 7 cigars. When I go live, I tend to save my cigar for the day for when I go live. Because it's easier for me to operate a cigar than it is for me to operate a pipe and doing all the other stuff. But I've smoked cigars for so many more years than I smoked pipes. And as far as like really saying that I smoked pipes, let's just talk about the last 5 years. In the last 5 years, I've really smoked pipes, and I enjoy them. Previous to that, I was really just using pipes to finish off cigars. I would every once in a while have a pipe blend. But it wasn't one of those where I was going to actively sit down and order pipe tobacco. I'd run into any B&M and get any craptastic blend that they had and just, 2 ounces. That's all I'll need. That'll last a month. Now I need a pound of a pipe blend to last a month. Of course, 5 years ago, when I had a damn good job, before the wife told me to quit it because they're trying to kill me. Howdy, Jeff. Great to see you. Hopefully you get to take more than just a little bit of a break, but I understand if you gotta go, you gotta go. Remember, no such thing as a requirement for tailgating. So as I was saying, I would have 2 or 3 cigars every day 5 years ago. And a little bit of pipe blend down in the pipe and finish it off in a pipe. And, no big deal. I had a locker at a local shop, and they kept their lockers humidified. And no, sir, this is just a Toro. That is a Rocket Patel number 6. It is a Toro, and it is as close as I can get here in the United States legally that tastes like a Partagas D-Series cigar. It's actually a little bit more expensive than some of the Partagas Ds if you order them the way some other guys do. Oh, I need a haircut. Starting to look like a hippie. Go back and get my head shaved. Burr cut. No, not quite. 2 around the sides, 4 across the top, shape it up. Boom, done. I call it the lumberjack. 2x4. You're allowed to laugh at that. It's okay. I've been making that joke for years. Back a long time ago, I grew my hair out really, really long, down to around the middle of my back. I had gotten tired of the requirement of having a extremely short haircut. And, well, it was no longer required of me, so I didn't get it cut for 2.5 years. But I was working in these plants here along the Houston Ship Channel, and I got to the point where I was just like, yeah, this ain't working. It's too damn hot. I walked in with hair all the way down, like I said, to the middle of my back, well over a foot long, and 2x4, done. I've been getting that haircut ever since, for years, so I don't even know how long it's been. Welsh, it does have a little bit of pepper, not like a whole lot, but a little bit. Steve, did you smoke Captain Black Grape again? That's the only reason I could think of where I wouldn't want to be somewhere up there in Oklahoma. Because I would love to hang out on your porch and just hang out with you. Welsh, we do have Neptune cigars. They are out of Florida. We also have Cigars International and JR Cigars. I am not sure if any of them ship to the UK. Howdy, Mark. Great to see you, sir. Mark, I'm going to try and keep this one real nice for you. That is a Rocky Patel number 6. Under a winter storm warning, sleet and snow for the next couple of days. Well, I tell you just like I tell anybody else. What is snow? Hard to know what snow is when you live in Houston. You only see it once a decade. When it does actually get cold enough to snow, sometimes it's just sleet. Come on, Everett. Snow and sleet. Your section of Canada, that's a nice spring day. Killing me there, Everett. I know winter's got to be miserable, and it would be horribly miserable for me. Yeah, Steve, I want to remind you the lessons from one Mr. Briar Blues himself. That would be Mike. Watch your footing. Ice is hard. You fall on it. Crap tends to break. We don't need y'all with a broken hip or busted knee. Well, I can tell you, you don't want a busted knee. And, well, Steve, you rode bulls, so I know you know about pain, but you don't need to test it like that, brother. I don't want to see any kind of situation like that. And, well, sleet and snow tends to also have little patches of that black ice that puts you on your ass in a heartbeat. Especially if you don't have the gear for it. Oh, Welsh, it's an excellent cigar. Very tasty. Very tasty. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's my favorite of the Rocky Patel lineup. Hey, Welsh, just in case, make sure you're watching what Tobacco Pipes International just put there about your composite trays and custom pipes. Mark is watching. Some people think he's just sitting at home working diligently. You know what? I got this feeling that he's actually got his YouTube player going pretty well while he's working on things. And if he's there where he lives by himself, I can understand that. That solitary confinement BS, that'll drive you nuts. Everett, we already know you look like Tarzan. You've got your loincloth and a beard. $30 over there. Wow. It is a little bit over $10 here in the United States. Well, in Houston. And when I say a little bit over, I mean like pocket change. We're not talking 15, we're talking 10 and some pocket change. Mark, I know, because I've seen some of the comments you've made about some videos that I was like, I might be the only person that watched this video. And then later I'm seeing that you're commenting on the same video and that you've actually watched the whole thing. I'm going, wow, what the heck? Howdy, Cedric. Great to see you, sir. Welsh, if I had enough money to buy 2 boxes, I think I would at least give it a shot. Right now, I have enough money to buy 1 cigar at a time. Okay, I buy 7 at a time. That way I can have 1 a day. Steve, just be careful. Remember, if you're falling asleep by the fire, make sure you can't roll into it. That's from experience. Oh, no. I'm not asking for any money. Please don't send me no money. I'm okay. Here's the good part. When I started working offshore, I was young and stupid. I didn't take any time off. There were a lot of guys that did this thing where it was 20 days on, 10 days off, or a month on and 10 days off, or 2 weeks on and 1 week off, or something like that. There's a lot of different ways that you can get a shift for those offshore rigs here in the Gulf of Mexico. I would take whatever I could get, and I would hit the dock on a Friday coming in from it, tell them to sign me up for whatever's leaving on Monday, drop my stuff off at a local place that would do the laundry for you, including wash it, pack it back in the sea bag, go hit a couple of tobacco stores so that I could get a couple of rolls of logs of Skull, and logs of Copenhagen. You'd get a wintergreen, you'd get a cherry, and you'd get a Copenhagen. Not to use yourself, but guys would always run out, and you could walk into the captain's office and say, look, he's going to buy this, and this is the going rate out here. I could literally sell a can of Copenhagen for the full price of a log, and these guys would buy it because they knew they didn't bring enough. And I would bring my one box of cigars for me, but I'd also bring like a carton of Marlboro and a carton of Newports. And I would sell all the tobacco except for my cigars. Oh no, that's not beer. That's chewing tobacco. Huva Ilta, Boris. Great to see you, sir. But I was rolling paychecks. I mean, literally, I owned a Geo Metro. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have a bill. I didn't have anything. I had insurance for the cheapest car on the planet, and I had the cheapest car on the planet. 5 checks was all I needed to cover all of my bills for the full year. You got paid weekly. That means in a little over a month, I covered everything I needed for a year. The rest of it I stacked away. Came back to Houston. Got a little house. Took a job that had me going away from it, rented the house. Came back to Houston, took money that I had saved from renting a house and various other things, and I was like, yes, Mark, a log is 10 cans. 10 tins. But come day 15 on a month out, and people are starting to already Jones for that Skull that they didn't bring, or that Copenhagen they didn't bring, or that pack of cigarettes that they didn't bring. And you know, they'd be willing to throw $15 to $20 for a can or a pack. And the captain would just write it down in his logbook, and at the end of the thing, he would call it in and send it in with the crew. When the crew got there, the paperwork went in, we all stood around for about an hour, and then they cut the checks. Anybody who owed me money, that money was automatically transferred from their check into my check. So if I knew I was going to get paid, I didn't have to worry about the money. We just said, look, this is going right. And I only smoked my one cigar a day because as an electrician out there on the oil rigs, you had to go down to wherever it was legal to smoke. And I almost always ended up with the night shift. So I'd get off all of my stuff, take a shower, go eat breakfast, and then go sit down there and watch the sun come up. Smoke a cigar, watching the sun come up. Right out there on the Gulf of Mexico. Beautiful. Perfect way to relax after a long day. And then having my little relaxation ready to go, I'd go in, hit the rack, wake up, work out, grab a quick shower. When I said quick shower, we're talking about like 45 seconds to a minute and a half. You did not spend a lot of time out there on the oil rigs taking a shower. Good way to get hurt. Somebody was liable to bust you up pretty good for using up all the usable water. They have a desalination plant on most of those. It's really small, but it works. But still, it takes a while. Everett, if that's what it took, that's what you'd have to do, brother. Remember, you're working for 12 hours a day. Unless you're on a 3-shift rig, and then it would be 8, 8, and 8. But you're on call for a block of 2 and 2. Somebody was always going to be on duty. Well, electricians are always on duty. Forget it. Electricians are always on duty. But I turned a whole lot of time into a decent investment that has continued to make a bit of money. I'm not one of those that's saying, oh my God, I'm hurting because I'm without a job and I'm broke. No, I'm just underfunded. I'm not broke. I hate handouts. I'd prefer a hand up than a hand out. Just saying. And as soon as this COVID crap goes away, no longer going to be looking for hand ups either, because I'll get a job and I'll get back to being quite lucrative. It is what it is. By the way, howdy, Paul. I'm not sure I said howdy, Paul, but I should have. Sorry if I didn't. Well, Boris, see, that's the cool part. If you're going to be out there a month and you have a location, you can press some stuff and you can go away for a month. Howdy Recovering. I have not tried the 1849. Mark, I'm going to always refrain from putting a tip jar on mine. I don't even want it to be a thought. Paul and Donald Limited, thong and loincloth distributors. Something tells me we're going to go out of business quick there, Paul. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be out on the oil rigs for a month, you set up ahead of time. I mean, okay, this might take you the first trip out to get enough money to make it all worthwhile. But every trip out, you come back and you make another plug setup. Sure, you might press it for a month or whatever. Oh, not a problem, Mark. This is more about keeping me sane than it is about entertaining y'all. I mean, if all I ever had to do was talk to my wife and my mother-in-law, I'd be fucking nuts. First thing they're going to tell me is I'm wrong for whatever I'm doing. I'm breathing wrong.
Such a martyr, Donald.
Oh, yeah. She says I'm such a martyr. The sky is blue. Your mother ran outside to prove me wrong, said, it's actually gray.
Enough.
Howdy, JB. Great to see you, sir. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I forgot to turn that on mute. Real quick, if I mute it right now. I'll just mute it for an hour because James will be on here in that amount of time. By the way, everybody says, hi, Holly. She says, oh, Eddie, believe me, they say the same exact thing about ever talking to me. Whether it's talking to me for 5 minutes or all day, it doesn't matter. They would definitely say that they would have to be crazy to do that. Now, see, I wouldn't actually know how to do any pressing of Haunted Bookshop, but every time I've gotten Haunted Bookshop, it's been very dry, and I would have to watch how y'all are doing it to ever get it anywhere close to. But I think I would get something like what Mike got with that hydraulic press, and I would cram it down 6 tons worth for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. I think you could turn out a decent plug that way. And I mean, like I said, if you're working offshore, you can't come home, you can't mess with it. You're stuck with whatever the end result is, because that's how long it took. And Boris is here. He says, hi, Holly. By the way, at the moment, I'm more than a bit worried because of that Putler in Russian. Some kind of a war is coming, and he's got a frowny face with the mad eyebrows.
Oh. Well, my heart goes out to y'all because it's insanity.
I hoped you could hear that, Boris. She said, my heart goes out to y'all because it is some kind of insanity. Last unit of America that went over there is right now in Poland, from what I understand. That would have been the 101st. So really now they're doing sanctions on Russia. United States is sanctioning Russia. Great. James, not a problem. He says, thank you, Donald, and thank you to the beautiful Holly as well. She laughs, but flattery will get you some places with her. She likes it. She doesn't react on it, but she likes it. Oh, okay, JB. So it's just like rehydrating dried out cigars. Distilled water, put it in a bowl, put your cigars or tobacco around the bowl in a Ziploc or Tupperware. If you're going to use Ziploc, make sure it's the freezer bags. Okay, I mean, I could see doing that. Yeah, Mark. The only country on the planet that actually wants to see Russia and America at war is China, and the only country on the planet that wants to see China and America at war is, of course, Russia. And well, literally, there's nobody on the planet that wants to see China and Russia at war, because it might be contained on one single border, but that's a big ass border, and there are too many ways that things could get all kind of out of hand. No, I'm not in a conservatory. This is just a front porch, really small front porch. Consider that, let's call it just under 7 feet from door to where I would no longer be covered by any kind of a roof. But it's been sprinkling today, and well, the kids are across the way playing some basketball, so that's the sound y'all are hearing. Paul, you're saving mice from the cats? I think you're just supposed to let the cats have him. That's why we're doctoring up that tripoded cat over here, because he used to run all the little rats on out of our yard. Now with him being injured, he ain't running nowhere. Though when the golf cart came by, he tried to run right up one side of Holly and down the other. For a second there, he was actually using all four paws. Yeah, Mark, that's a possibility and something that I'm hoping that we don't see.
What's that?
Russia jumps on Ukraine and China jumps on Taiwan and NATO jumps in to try and stem all of that crap, and it just becomes the prelude to World War III. Boris, unfortunately, first country that actually launches nukes is going to get turned around on by the two other major nuclear powers. Because if United States decided they were going to nuke Russia, China would throw theirs at the United States saying, hey, we didn't know. There's no way to know where they're going once they start taking off. All we know is that they're taking off. Very possible, Eddie. I'm not one of them. And JB, you're not incorrect on that one. Wars always equal money, and when economies go to crap, wars tend to happen. Oh yeah, Steve, you never can tell when a cat's going to go for the top of your head if you're going to survive it or not. You just kind of hope. I agree with you, Mark. I don't want to see a war like that. Now I'm too old and broken up and messed up to even do anything about it. And I live too close to Houston to do anything about it anyways. If I was to take off from here and go directly away from wherever any nukes would come down, I still wouldn't be far enough away when they actually got here. I'd just go out and take the batteries out of everything. Hey, just to let y'all know, anything with a battery that's actually connected that has a certain power drain, so like, your computer and your clock in your vehicles, when the EMP burst goes off, it's going to lock all that stuff up. You'll have to replace all kind of stuff. So the easiest way to deal with that is to literally yank the batteries out of everything you got. No power, no worries. You wait until after, and then you hook the batteries back up. It'll be fine. By the way, I believe James Stumbo just went live. I can't guarantee that, but he's pretty punctual, so we're going to go ahead and get on out of here and get over to there. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been so great having y'all here. I don't think there were any ladies tonight, but maybe there were. Other than Holly, I guess not. Y'all take care. See you very soon. And I'm going to say it like this. Y'all remember. Take care of yourselves and each other. Do the best you can with that. And as per always, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care. I will see you at James's house here in just a minute. Talk to you later. Bye for now. Oh, God, it's going to be slow today. Every other day it does this. You'll go to ending live broadcast and it just crawls. So slow. And if I try to back out of it or whatever, it will restart my live broadcast. Did you get Mikey put away?
He is back in the living room.
Okay.
We'll be doing that from now on, but I think his leg is sprained and he's going to have to go to the vet.
Did you at least get to see him using it?
I took him out back to walk and he wouldn't. He just laid down.
He doesn't want to walk with you. He wants to walk with me.
Apparently.
Did he go to the bathroom or anything? No, nothing. Do we need to set up the laundry room?
It's not set up yet, but so yeah, we will have to. But my mom still has stuff in the dryer.